basically.
You go in with a plain check and you'd say, who'd they do that to? Malcolm Blight, didn't they?
Yep.
And they left the Chinese, they had Chinese meal up there in Gold Coast.
Big red wine.
And he had number 68 off the menu. And then they left a plain...
68.
They left a plain check.
What was that?
This is true. Beef and black bean.
St Kilda.
St Kilda.
Trying to get him to coach.
And they left the check there and walked out and said, when you come back, you just write down how much and sign it. Is that true, Damien?
That is true.
It is
and
true.
it was 7 figures.
Yeah, and Blighty just filled it out.
Yep.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, the great Russell Ebert, Bernard.
Yeah.
Ron Joseph and I weren't always on the same page as
No, you weren't, Jim. In fact, he bagged you at a board meeting.
What he had,
annual general meeting.
What he had was some negotiating ability.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so he had tried to get the great Russell Ebert for about 4 years to come and play for North. And Russell kept saying, I'm happy, I've got a business in Adelaide, I love playing for Port, I'm not coming. So eventually Ron walked over with a bit of like a pad like this in front of me, sat down with Russell and said, right, give me all the reasons why you won't come to North.
Mm-hmm.
So Russell apparently ripped out about 4 or 5 of them.
Yep.
And Ron said, right, if I can sort all of them out, you're coming.
You
And Russell went, I'm snooking.
No excuse.
So Ron came back a month later and said, good, we've got all of them sorted. You're on the plane.
Yeah,
And he came across.
And was bloody good.
He was great.
Yeah, he was.
He came across with Graham Corns.
I reckon.
And Graham
the Giant
played about 8 games, 9 games.
He didn't
Too
play
late,
many
wasn't he?
games.
Yeah, they both came over too late. But Russell Ebert, I think, came second in the best.
No,
first
he
that
had 2 very good years, Russell Ebert, before he went back and finished with Port Adelaide. What a legend. He's got his statue.
A literal legend.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't work
The
for
AFL.
Blighty, did it? What did he last? 17 games?
Yeah, they reckon.
Was that all?
Didn't have his heart in it, Blighty.
Well, he liked his golf days,
Well-
and he didn't like going to sponsors' functions. You got to know Blighty. You got to know Blighty. And probably
Didn't like Grant Thomas.
didn't he?
No.
Righto.
No.
Yeah, so 17 games, poor old Blighty.
When I was with, and Damo knows this, a very, very, very poor journalist for 7 News in Adelaide.
Who, Damo?
Well, I can't put me.
Oh.
I can't put enough verys in there. Very, very.
Well, you
very,
ran away from the biggest story
very poor.
of that particular year one day.
What did he miss? What did
He was
miss,
on a
Damo?
golf course, and the cricket official who had blown up the world in a decision he made happened to be on the next hole.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Jim,
Yeah.
Jim had access to
I
it.
didn't want to disturb him. So he was on the golf
putting.
course.
Told his bosses, can't find
I
him.
can't find him. And then in the end, Pat, in the car park, he found me. He came walking up and going,
And then you go, what,
JB, how are you, mate? I go, I'm okay. It's Cole Lego, I think. Well, I can't remember.
what'd you ask him?
Anyway,
You say,
I said, look,
how you going, mate?
what are we doing with all of this, these allegations? He actually gave a really good answer. Then I walked back in thinking, how good am I? I tried to avoid the interview. But I used to have to go to Footy Park to interview Blighty.
Yeah.
And he never wanted to do it, ever. So he said to me, but he knew I was North and we always got on pretty well. So he said to me, JB, he said, I'll give you a tip. He said, at about 11:30, I always go out the back for a dart. So he said, if you set up around the back there, I'm always sneaking out. I'll give you a couple of minutes.
He told you that?
He says, I always have a dart out the back. So I'd get set up and just wait for Malcolm to have his dart.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he did, he goes, I'm good. He'd butt it out with his come walking over. Always gave us plenty and then back into the building.
When he was coaching, he would, an hour and a half before the game, he'd slip out for a dart. So I reckon a couple of blokes went out with him.
Yeah.
Players.
Yeah, players. And they were out there having a dart with him. Come back in, no worries. But this happened back even in my day.
Arch, in the concourse down here, where the trucks drive around underneath, he used to sneak in behind one of the the concrete walls and just give it the... He'd nearly destroy 1 in 3 drags. Because he shouldn't have been out there anyway. He had his footy socks on.
And it's a no-smoking venue.
No smoking venue. I remember saying to him, Glenn, what do you think you're doing? He goes, shut up, mate. I've been doing it for 15 years. Don't you get in the way. I said, no, but I don't plan to.
Did you partake in that with Blighty, Bill?
Oh, well, towards the end when I was struggling, I thought I'd just sneak out there one
If a
day.
dart would help you.
Yeah, well,
Give us your style. How did you hold the
I was
cigarette?
about to get dropped, so I walked out with him and just...
So Blighty.
And I've done... one drag, and I thought I'd better go back in and get my ankles taped. Fair dinkum, Fat. What are you doing out here with Blighty?
Fat walked out there and went, Blighty, what about you try this one? I got it from Clive Lloyd. Slightly different shape thing.
Bit thicker.
Might just get us rolling.
It wasn't Viv Richards, Jim. It's probably more Viv Richards than Clive Lloyd, I think.
Blighty. He was a different
He
guy.
didn't hang around Adelaide long either. In, flag, and then the next year
out.
gone.
The next year.
I'm out. I'm done.
I was there when he quit too, or left, and it wasn't
Yeah.
that big a surprise.
No.
And I remember thinking, this goes from the 2 flags.
Remember he walked off during the last quarter and just turned his back on the game and didn't watch the last 15 minutes. And he just said, no, I knew I was done then.
Him and John Reid were walking around.
right.
The that was the pitiful Pittman day.
Yeah,
I reckon.
oh, yeah.
What do you think of
His
Pittman's
biggest
game?
sprays. Jeez, he's given some good sprays.
Absolutely sprayed Pittman. in
But
the,
after
in
he
the
gave
media
it to
conference.
him in that conference, what I loved was that at the end of the sentence, he didn't think, I've probably gone too hard. He
no.
goes, now he's going to have to live with that.
Yeah, he's going to
Double back down on him.
Called him pathetic and everything.
Oh,
Kept going.
And then played in 2 premierships after it.
Now, I'm not sure what we're doing. We've got news.
Are we on?
We got a quiz.
Yes.
What are you doing with the quiz?
Well, it's
an early quiz.
It's an early quiz, but a new quiz. It's just
What is it?
A change up.
What is it? For the morning show?
Yeah, for the breakfast show.
so you're
Okay.
aware that the other one wasn't working.
No. Very,
Yeah, he's
very
admitting
popular.
it. You're
Our
admitting
friends at Thirsty Camel can't believe it. I saw them Monday night. They said, fat, just too good.
Have you got
Too
some more
good.
craft too throughout the next hour and a
A
half?
little bit.
Surely
Yeah,
no
some
more.
breakfast stuff.
Yeah, well,
when
you
are
asked
we
me
gonna
to-
go- What?
Oh,
Thank you, Will. He
Oh,
said
midday.
we'll do it at midday.
well, the game started at midday.
Quarter
Don't
time.
do anything at midday.
Quarter time.
Quarter time.
Refreshed.
All right, news next.
Refreshed quiz.
The Thirsty Camel. This is the Triple M Friday Run. Enough still to come. Quiz still to come. News next for McDonald's and Remont Water. Triple M rocks footy.
Fat in the morning.